last episode, we collected a blaze spawner from the nether to make our mob farm, give us a little bit more XP, and we can also farm some blaze rods. We also put up a wall in our valley to make it look a little bit nicer, make sure the world ties together a little bit better, and overall just get rid of some of the annoying dirt mounds that were sitting about everywhere. We also built a massive tree farm that is gathering us 4 different types of wood: birch, oak, dark oak, and spruce. And in this episode, we are going to look to finish that farm. Because last episode, as you guys know, I was cut a little bit short due to what was going on over the weekend. And basically, I had to release the video almost 5 days late, which I'm not a massive fan of doing. And you guys will also know that we didn't actually finish off the wood farm. We only got it to this point here. So the contraption is currently running. There's no dark oak saplings being planted. I'm not quite sure why. That one's a little bit strange, but we can sort that out. But there is nowhere for this wood to go. The drawers are full because we don't have anywhere to send it yet. So in this episode, we are going to look to fix that. We are going to get the processing part done. So we are going to strip down the logs into their plank variants, store the planks, and then store some of the logs, and we are going to strip some of the logs as well. So we're going to have slicers, we're going to have saws, we're going to have just storage. Overall, we're going to store a little bit of everything. I don't think we're going to craft any of the planks into anything, but at least then we will have an abundance of the different types of wood available to us. So I think that's probably the best way to do it. And the best way to start is probably having a look at getting them separated. So first we need to start bringing them through. So first thing we need to do is get a drawer controller slave there. So this is what is going to bring out all of our wood into this area and make sure that it can head onto the belts. The next thing I want to add is we want to separate those into 3 separate lines. So we need 3 separate belts with tunnels on them. So we want one there, and one there. And we want to rotate all of these this way. There we go. So that's going to give us the 3 types of wood that we're going to need. So we are going to strip the logs into the stripped log variant. We're going to craft the planks, and we are going to just store logs. So I think we'll actually do it the other way around. So we'll store logs just over here, and then we will strip the logs in the middle, and then we'll strip them down into planks over here. So I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it. And I think if we have something staggered a little bit like this should be okay. And this is just andesite casing. So what we can do is we can actually take this input from here if we extend this belt back. So now we just need some brass tunnels to go on here. There we go. So if we grab some brass tunnels and we just pop them on there, if we have that set to split, that is fine. So now every time more than one item comes through, they will get split evenly into this belt, which is good because that's exactly what we need, because we need an even split of all 3, and we need an even split of all 3 types. So what we're going to do from here is... okay, we need to figure this out, because we need to have a mechanical saw in the middle as well. So what if we did the mechanical saw there, and then the belt from there just to there, like that? Oh no, we're going to have to do... Right, okay, we're going to have to do that on this belt here. There we go. So that works perfectly. So now we can include a mechanical saw in here. If I just go and grab a mechanical saw, do I actually have one on me? No, I don't. Can make one though. So if I grab this and we place that there, and then if I put a shaft in there, then that will start spinning the saw. And yep, it is currently taking power. That's good. So I think the best thing to do right now is just to give this a little test. So let's run a few things out, and then we'll drop them again. So that's going to split. And this isn't going to do anything. Nope, that's really not having a good time, though. I just pick these up and then get that out. Oh, right. Okay, it's going the wrong way. That's interesting. Right, so the problem is definitely that it thinks it's spinning the wrong way, but I have no idea how I can change the way this is spinning. What if we take out that power? And it shouldn't be spinning that way. Okay, I think I figured it out. It needed some gearboxes, but I don't actually know why. It doesn't really make sense why it's not working. But now it is. It's stripping everything. It's going a little bit quickly, but it's working. Oh. How? How is there... How is he on fire? Anyway, flaming Enderman aside, some gearboxes fixed the issue that we were having with the saw. That's fine. Now, can I put this filter on and will it strip it down into planks? So if I give this a stack now, okay, that will not turn it into planks. Right, okay. Yeah, right, okay. So they will not be turned into planks by this. So they will strip, but what happens if we send stripped wood through? So where's all the stripped wood that I've just collected? So there we go. What does this turn into? So that turns into planks. Amazing. Right. So with some slight rejigging of the system, we can have one line which takes it straight to a storage facility, one line which takes it through one saw, and one line which takes it through two saws. So we should end up at the end with a storage of logs, stripped logs, and planks. Perfect. And now that we have that mechanical saw in, with that, we should be good to go. So let's give this a quick test. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump a few stacks of logs onto here and see what happens with them. So 1/3. Ah, the saws are going the wrong way. Okay, I think a system like this should work. So let's try and dump a bunch of logs onto here and see what happens. So, yep, they're getting stripped. That's good. And they're getting turned into planks. Awesome. So the only thing we need to figure out is how we can split them onto here as well. So now that this is working and we're getting everything that we need, what I think we should do is we need to hook it up to some sort of storage. So how do we want to do that? We could take everything along one belt. If we take everything along one belt, we could put 2 gearboxes along here, and one of the gearboxes... Yeah, okay, perfect. Now with a little bit of storage done, we have officially got all of our drawers ready, and everything should be working on this farm for us to just pop a funnel on here and hope that everything comes out okay. Because if it doesn't, I will be sad. So let's get it sorted. Let's get this running. Oh, it is working. So we have all the logs, all the strip logs, and all the corresponding planks for those logs. And now our factory, our wood factory, is in full swing. Okay, here's our first real test. So we just have to watch and make sure no saplings come out of here. And if no saplings come out, yes, no saplings, no sticks, and no apples came out of here. This is perfect. Our system works. I mean, we're definitely biasing spruce, but we are getting a proportionate amount of each thing. This is amazing. And with a little bit of decoration, I think our tree farm is coming along really, really well. And that actually brings us to what we are doing this episode. So this episode, now that we've finished the tree farm, we are going to be focusing primarily on generating and creating things that we need in the world. So something that we desperately need is andesite. So we need to find a way to farm andesite, have a renewable source of andesite, turn that into andesite alloy, also renewably, which we can do using the iron farm. All we need is the actual andesite. And then once we've done that, I want to get a system in place that can automatically turn a lot of the stripped logs that we're getting straight into andesite casing. And the easiest way for us to create andesite would be with flint, gravel, lava, all pressed together in a basin. So that's not too bad, considering we have a farm that gets us flint and gravel, and we have a farm that gets us lava. So if we can just move a couple of these resources into one central location, then there's no reason that we can't create this. So I think the best place for an andesite factory to be able to get everything there effectively would be as closely between these two buildings as possible. Alternatively, we can just make a new gravel farm, a new flint farm, and a new lava farm in the andesite factory, but realistically we have everything. The only thing I can think maybe would benefit from creating a new one would be a lava generator, and that's just because moving fluid is always difficult. And you know, now that I think about it, the best place to build this andesite farm might actually be in the top floor of our iron farm building. Ooh, we might actually be 1 block too short. We are. The room's too short. So the room's only 2.5 blocks tall, and we need 3 block clearance to be able to create andesite, because we need a press, a gap, a basin. Ooh, okay. That's not good. So after some time thinking about where we can put a new building, I thought we could put it down here. But then I remembered that I have some plans for this middle area, and that will... building anything here will definitely affect those plans. So my plan is to build it here. We are going to clear out a big empty space in this area on this level down here. And then that is going to be where we are going to place our andesite farm. So let's send this thing on its way. Oh, it's gone the wrong way. Oh no. There we go. Now we've got it going the right way. I think a space just like this should be perfect to build our andesite factory. It doesn't need to be too big, and it doesn't need to be too tall either, which is good. So it's not going to take away from any of the buildings. It's probably going to be a similar size to the foundry, actually. But for now, I am going to get the create contraptions in place. Or actually, I'm going to try something a little bit new for this building. I'm going to build the building first, and then we'll get the create contraptions put in the building afterwards. So that's something that we have only done on our workshop. Everything else, we always build the platform, and then we've built the contraptions, and then we've built something around the contraptions. I think for this one, we're going to build the building first, and then we'll put contraptions in it. So I will see you guys when that is done. And despite having no texturing done and no door or windows or anything, I think this is going to be the shape that we're going to use. I really like it. I think it ties in well with the rest of the valley, but it's also unique enough to be a new addition. As well as the shape may be very blocky, but I think it works really well, especially for what we need. And I like the smokestacks. We're going to get a door put on this, and then we'll light up the inside. We'll get some girders in place, and then we will go from there. Get the production started and start wiring everything up. First thing I need to do is get power. And then after power, I think the best thing to do is try and pipe some lava down. I was just cooking away in my house, getting a few extra potatoes, and there was a thunderstorm, and I've come out to this. I slept through it. I don't know if this is still going to trigger. Yup, it's still going to trigger. Oh, no. Oh, God. Hold on. I grabbed some arrows. I want to try and keep one of these horses alive. I would love a skeleton horse. Let's see if I can only hit the skeleton on top. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't good. Ow. Oh, we have one. Oh, that's not good. But we have one. Wait. Let's tame it. They just like us. Wait, let me go grab a saddle. Hold on. I only have one saddle. So this is the only horse that we can ever have. Well, until I find another saddle. Yes. Oh, this is amazing. Right, where are we keeping him, though? Okay, that should be good enough for now. We can just keep him here. Now that we have all of that out of the way, I have opened up a little area that I think would be really cool to use as the door. And I was thinking about using Viridium for the door, but I have an idea that I really want to try. All I need to do is get, is it a mechanical bearing or a windmill bearing? I think it's a mechanical bearing. Yeah, mechanical bearing. But I have an idea that I think is going to look really, really cool if I can do it right. I'm gonna give it a go, and let's see what you guys think as well. Let me know in the comments. And after a little bit of texturing and also finishing off my idea for a door, I think we have something that I am really going to enjoy building the inside of. Now, you can see these doors. This was my idea. I saw this on another creator's channel. If you guys know who Foxy No-Tail is, then his new Create series has a couple of buildings with doors like this. I didn't want to sort of steal it as like my own idea, but I saw it on his videos and I just thought, that's sick. So I wanted to give it a go, and I think it's turned out amazing. I love the open door, and as well just the massive door on the building really ties it together. And I really like this color combo, the Viridium with the deep slate and the granite and the spruce wood. It's all the same color palette from over here, which I think is really cool. So it ties it in again with some Viridium. It's also the roof of our workshop and the roof of the lean-to on the workshop. So there is a lot of Viridium in our valley. Overall, I think the way that this building has turned out is, I'm in love with it. Initially, I thought to myself, like, it's very plain, it's very boring, it's not really that fun to look at, and I didn't really like it, I'll be honest. But now that I've kind of finished off the door, I've finished texturing, I've added a couple of details with this little liquid tank on the front here, this has slowly become one of my favorite buildings in the valley. And it's it's a really simple building. It's not overly extravagant like the iron farm. It's not massive like the lava factory. It's just nice to look at. Now that we have the building sorted, I think it is time to start work on what is going to go inside the building. So the first thing we need to do is pipe some lava into here, and I don't know if we should put it in a tank or not. I think if we just pipe it directly in, we should be fine. We're gonna have quite a few cauldrons, so I'm thinking we're gonna have to get power in. And if I think about this right, we need to input gravel, input flint, input lava, output andesite. And I think something like this should work fine. So as you guys can see, we're over in my creative testing world, and I have managed to find a way to get this working without having all four sides visible all at once, which means it's much more extendable. All we need to do is make 2 mechanical arms, which I don't actually think we've done in our world yet. So we need 2 mechanical arms, 1 for flint, 1 for gravel, 4 basins, and some lava being piped in. And then we need 6 drawer controller slaves, and then we just need to find a way to actually store the andesite. But, you know, that is a small price to pay. And then, obviously, flint and gravel, we need to find a way to get that over to the farm as well. Once we have that, that should be fine. I'm really excited to get this built. I'm really excited to get this going. So let's hop back over to the survivor world, get everything sorted, collect all the items, and then we will get building. Okay, we have everything ready to be built. I have a little checklist here. Let's just go through it. So 6 drawer controller slaves. Yep, drawer controller, arms, cogwheel, shafts, casing, pipes, drains, pumps, funnel of both types. We do have 4 mechanical presses, and we do have 4 basins now. So that is everything that we need to create this little contraption. The one thing that I'm worried about is that this won't be enough power. So we have 5 water wheels in here. We could probably squeeze in a 6th, but I'm worried that it won't actually be enough power. I feel like we are going to have to find a way to bring more power into here, because I do want to run this quite quickly. But let's get building anyway. So we have the 2 mechanical arms, and we need to grab our copper casing first. We need to figure out where we're routing the lava in from first, actually. That should be our first port of call. So I'm going to get to work on that. And I'm also going to try and power it. I think I've routed some lava in correctly here. So let's pop some basins on here. So this is where the contraption's going to sit. So these are all going to be drawer controller slaves, just like this. And then we need to get the mechanical press on here. So there we go. Mechanical presses are all in place, and let's just rotate these so that we can link all the power nice and easy. And then we need more copper casing up here so that we can get our mechanical arms in place. So that's the mechanical arms in place. We want them on round robin, not forced round robin. I did test that and it just doesn't work at all. Yeah, forced round robin kind of breaks the contraption a little bit. So from here, all we need to do is power this, and we can do that like, there we go. And then we need to power this as well. So I think this might need a gearbox, and then that should power everything. Okay, let's give it some power just so that we can see how much it's actually taking, because we need to know how much power this is going to end up costing us, and it could potentially cost us way more than we actually have. So let's find out. Is it going to overstress? Ah, immediately overstressed. And with some rejigging of the power and moving the water wheels, we have managed to get enough SU to be able to power everything. So I've just thrown the power underground. I've got 10 water wheels now. I still don't know if 10 is going to be enough, because I'm sitting at 92 RPM again, and the 92 RPM seems like it's only powering this. It'd be really good if I had a stressometer, wouldn't it? So let's have a look at how much stress we are using. So we have 1,808 stress units left. At least we can create andesite. So we have the andesite creation in place. That's good. All we need is a pump on our lava line, and then this whole system will be good to go. So let's go and get that put in. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Whether the pump is going to overstress the system or not. Oh, it hasn't. Are we actually getting lava though? We are. We're getting lava. The lava is coming through and we're not overstressed. Now, all we need to do is get the gravel and the flint over here and then have a storage place for the andesite itself. So I think we could probably tuck that all into this corner. If we take some trim there and then we can pop another trim there and just have the 3 elements. So let's go and grab those drawers quickly. So this is the moment of truth. Is this system going to work? Okay, it didn't work. Why not? Oh, there's no drawer. There's no drawer controller. Oh, there we go. It's working. It is working. Yes, and we're getting andesite. We have andesite. Yes. This is amazing. And we still have 1,440 stress left. We could probably get another machine in here. Oh, 400 andesite. This is amazing. Wait, I need to do a time test. Let's see how much this will get us in an hour. We're going to run it for 1 minute, and then we'll see how much we get in 1 hour. So after running this contraption for 1 minute exactly using a timer on my phone, we get 148 per minute. We went from 534 to 682. So we get 148 per minute, which is 8,880 andesite per hour. This is our most efficient farm to date. And we've still got to turn it all into andesite alloy. And we still have to turn all that andesite alloy into andesite casing. It's absolutely incredible. How we already have 900. This clip is only a minute long and we already have another 300. That is insane. I can't. Okay, now that we have that part of the farm done, I think the next thing we need to work on is turning this into andesite alloy. So the way we're going to do that is we definitely need some more power. In that creative testing world that I showed you guys a few clips ago, I have been testing how we can create the andesite alloy and then create andesite casings. Essentially, it's always going to be the same system, but it does mean that we have a power issue. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drop down and give us a little bit more power. So in that creative testing world, I tested out a bunch of different power levels. So we currently have 10 cogwheels, I think, and we're gonna need 40. So I'm gonna do that. Now that we have 40 water wheels, we have 22,000 SU with 18,000 remaining. Now that we have that and we have plenty of stress feed off of, we're going to look at building the next contraption. So the next contraption is actually a little bit easier. So it's basically the exact same design, and all we need to do is link the storage and pull in some andesite. The difficulty is linking the storage to that and pulling in iron nuggets. You guys have already seen me build this. It's literally identical. So you guys have already seen this side, so let's get this side done. And boom, we are done. So this contraption just needs power, but even if we did power it, it still wouldn't work because we have no iron nuggets in the system. That is going to be quite the challenge of getting iron nuggets from there over to here. And we managed it. We got everything that we needed over. Now we are pulling iron nuggets, which means we can start automating our andesite alloy. So let's get this all powered. So what we need is a cogwheel in there, some shafts going down there, and then I guess a couple of gearboxes here. There we go. Oh, now it's working. And we don't have anywhere for andesite alloy to go. So we do actually need another drawer for that. And we already, oh, we are racking up andesite alloy like crazy. This is amazing. Now we have both machines working, creating us andesite and andesite alloy. And I have already started putting in the framework for the andesite casing machine. So again, it's going to be identical to the other two machines, The only difference for this one is we're going to be using 4 deployers and 4 depots instead of mixers, presses, and basins. Realistically, it is going to be exactly the same machine again. We're just going to use brass funnels instead of the mixer's own output onto more item drains into the drawer controller slaves, which is going to give us andesite casing. But unfortunately, that is going to have to be left until next episode. Now, I'm really upset that I didn't get to finish this factory this episode, but I think we have made a ton of progress in here. I mean, we are automating andesite and andesite alloy. All we need to do is automate andesite casing, and then we can move on to the next project. And the next few projects, I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers, but the next few projects are going to be quite fast-paced in the videos, because ideally, this is episode 8. I want to get this area finished by episode 10. So I need to build 4 farms, 2 buildings, a factory, and a couple of extras, all in 2 episodes. So the next couple of episodes are going to be very, very fast-paced, and the reason I want to do this is because I would like to get a world download out, and I think it would be nice if the area is completed, and getting a world download out on episode 10 just seems like a really nice round number for me to do that on. And I would like to move to a new area, but while I love the area that we have found, it has a lot of work that needs done to it. So a lot of terraforming streams coming up. If you want to check them out, head on over to the Twitch. The link is in the description. But a lot of terraforming streams, a lot of extra projects, a lot of linking of storages, new buildings, new farms, new machines, new factories, everything. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. And then I have a few ideas for some really big projects that I want to get done, but I don't want to try and squeeze them into the valley. So ideally, I would head to a new location. I don't know where this location is going to be yet. Even just looking at the valley as it is now. I mean, if you guys can remember back to episode 1, when we started and we had the little tent down there, we walked for 6,000 or 7,000 blocks to find this area. To see the progress that we have made in the last 8 episodes is absolutely incredible. And the elevator that still doesn't have a building around it. Our mechanical crafter that's just out behind our foundry, everything. Like, so many things have been built, so many adventures have been had in this valley that I want to finish it off, leave it on a high note, and head on over to a new area. And you'll notice that I've left a really big space in the middle and this section at the front here that has not been touched. That is all intentional. This will stay empty until episode 10. Episode 10 is when we're going to be working on this section here. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the episode so far. If you have, let me know down in the comments, and let me know anything else that you guys would like to see added to the valley, or if you have any ideas for the new area, let me know as well. But we are going to be moving pretty soon. I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys are excited with me. Expect a world download on episode 10. Get excited for that. And also a little progress update, a couple of other little things, and the next 2 episodes are going to be jam-packed full of stuff. So I hope you guys are excited for that as well, because I am super stoked to get everything sorted, make sure that everything looks good, make sure that everything functions well, and get out of my way. Make sure that everything works well. I'm super excited. So next episode, we will be finishing off the andesite farm with an andesite casing farm. And once we have done that, I think I have another surprise for you guys that will affect the front of the building a little bit. I need to figure out how to do that though. But that is all I have time for this week, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and the support on the videos recently has been amazing. So if you want to drop a sub, please do. It's free, it helps me out a ton, and like 85% of you guys aren't subscribed, and that is just ridiculous. So subscribe, and leave a comment of anything else you want to see. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. I think we might be producing andesite alloy a little bit too quickly.